Dr. Jaffe, one of our customers is writing in and says, I have a friend that is interested in men's health. He just turned 30 and doesn't quite have that 18-year-old drive anymore. Are there any supplements to help? Please advise.
Well, I'm going to interpret the question. I'm going to interpret the question to mean that this person, this 30-something person, does not have a firm erection when they wake up in the morning. They do not have a sustained erection when they are physically and or sexually active. So I'm going to interpret this as if it's about ED, erectile dysfunction. Now, what we do know about erectile dysfunction is that A, the men who have it very often have not learned the value of foreplay. If your concept of foreplay is, hello, I'm here, you've missed a huge opportunity with yourself or your partner to gentle yourself into the intimate experience. So practice more sensual before sexual behaviors. Number two, when men ejaculate, they lose a lot of zinc and other essential nutrients. So at a minimum, he would want to have a weekly C cleanse based on the Perk Potent C Guard, taking polyphenolics, either Repair Guard or Pain Guard, in relation to that. Definitely have the Perk Double Zinc or the zinc lozenges by Perk. Definitely have Perk Mito Guard, 100 plus. Definitely have the Perk plant-powered protein meal for 1 meal a day, because I predict that this person's digestion is not perfect. I predict that this person's neurochemicals and hormones, this person's immune defense and repair system, is actually showing signs of wearing out too young. At 30, you shouldn't have even reached your peak yet. You certainly shouldn't have what I'm interpreting to be a lack of prowess. And I will add, just for those of you who don't know this technical nuance, arousal is autonomic. Orgasm and ejaculation is sympathetic. Autonomic arousal, you can continue, if you follow Tantra and other similar sensual activities, for a very long period of time without going over the edge into the sympathetic shutdown that is part of the ejaculatory or orgasmic process. My partner used to refer to these as brain melts. In the best of cases, it would be nice if your partner said, oh, I relaxed so much that my brain melted. You don't want it to, you want it to come back. You don't want it to permanently fry. But it's a compliment if your partner says to you, oh, that was such a release. That was such a complete experience that I felt as if my nervous system was just melting away. And if you have a cigarette and a joint and or fall asleep immediately after, you probably are doing a little too fast what you could have done more sensually and slowly. So I'm not going to get into the details of this, but I do want to emphasize that foreplay and arousal and autonomic function I encourage. And I am one who recommends, if a man or a woman wants, that they be able to have multiple orgasms for each completion, multiple orgasms for each ejaculation. Now, women kind of know about this. Men, less so. But Jolan Chang, a man who was impotent in his early 30s and recovered to the point where in his 70s, he was able to satisfy as many consorts, as many partners as he chose, because he gave up being impotent in favor of being potent. And I recommend rehabilitation to regain that, quote, 18, to feel like you're 18 when you're older.